You find ways to show up for each other. You find ways to show up for each
Hello,
other.
hello, my darlings. Welcome back. I just wanted to jump on here for a few minutes and just talk about how everyone should really stop asking Meghan Markle to call her dad or to get in touch with her father or anything like that. Because if she hasn't done it by now, then most likely she doesn't want to do it. We all saw the way that Meghan Markle had no issues getting to Uvalde within 2 days of the massacre happening at the school. We saw her pretending like she was heartbroken that a tragedy of such magnitude had occurred, and yet she can't even pick up the phone to call her father. Meghan Markle made sure to get in contact and somehow got the private cell phone numbers of the families of one of the deceased teachers whose life was tragically taken. A few days later, her husband passed away from the grief. Meghan somehow decides this is the perfect time for me to use these people for PR to make myself look special. This was when Meghan decided to get their private cell phone numbers somehow and call them to speak to them. I mean, who does that? But she won't call her father. Now, I know I was one of the people who said, look, Megan, you need to get in contact with your father. And yeah, you should. But the fact that she has been putting out so many BS stories out to the media instead of getting a hold of her father or getting a hold of the hospital which her father is at, tells us everything about her, tells us that she has no compassion for the man who raised her, who put her on this track in life. Look here, where Meghan made sure to go and trespass all over people's private properties, which were still burning and there were still embers inside, where she decided, oh, look, it's perfect time for me to go use these people's houses, their burnt out remains, where all of their memories used to be, and let me go and pretend like I'm a compassionate person while I walk all over their rubble and act like I am someone who cares. But I don't really care because after I leave here, I'm just happy that I got the shots to TMZ and got to make some money off of it. Question about the money here, my darlings. Did Megan ever think to donate the money that she made off of these photos to some fire fund or anything like that? No, definitely not. Of course not. But yet she cannot pick up the phone to call her father and ask him how he is. How could we forget this? This was one of the biggest red flags for me when I saw Meghan Markle pull off this disgusting stunt during their trip to South Africa. Now, this was right before Meghan decided to cry to Tom Bradby about how nobody asked me if I'm okay after going to this memorial and using the memorial of a 19-year-old girl who was raped and murdered to merch her outfit on Dress Like a Duchess. And here, it's right here, Meghan's mirror. That was another one within minutes of her taking this supposed private trip dressed like this, right? To show her compassion or to show that she is feeling something. No, it was just a photo op for Meghan. She loves using tragedies, get photos to make herself look like she is someone compassionate and caring when in reality, compassion starts with how you treat your family. And I'm sorry, the way Meghan treats her family is completely disgusting and diabolical. The Markles are a whole different, I don't know what to say, and I don't want to say anything to really go at them at this time, but they're all in a box on their own. They're all kind of a little bit loopy. They're all kind of, shady. Let's just leave it like that. And we all know that Samantha does like to make a mountain out of a molehill, which she did like when the whole earthquake thing happened. But to me, in my opinion, I feel like this is who the Markles are. They are a family who thrive on drama, who like when there is conflict going on. And I feel like this could have been handled differently, but I feel like people should also stop asking people to call her father because If she hasn't done it by now and she has reached out to complete strangers before, let me show you an example here. It was back in 2024 of March when Meghan flew back to Uvalde to present a birthday cake to the sister of the teacher who was tragically killed during the school shooting. Now, this was the family that I told you about a little bit earlier in the video that Meghan reached out 2 days after the massacre. And Meghan presented this family that she doesn't know at all. It was set up because I think the nephew is a Sussex squatty. So he was like, come and present a cake. Yes, Meghan presented a cake to a complete stranger in a house full of complete strangers they've never met, while Harry claims that his life is in danger and he needs security, but they're okay walking into someone's home. But yet, Thomas Markle doesn't get a damn thing. It's pretty obvious, my darlings. It is absolutely obvious here that Meghan will do things for strangers because it's easy for her to spin a narrative to make herself seem like she's a caring, compassionate person who does nothing but gives endlessly and tirelessly to others, when in reality, it's all a bunch of bullshit. Meghan Markle only cares about Meghan Markle. It's funny how she has the time to go and see a 91-year-old woman like Gloria Steinem, but can't go and see her own father, who basically put her on the path to where she is today. It was her father who paid for her beginnings. It was her father who paid for her hair to get straightened at the salon. It was her father who paid for her education, for her life, for her rent. You think Doria did any of that? It was never Doria. Never at all. It was Thomas Markle Sr. who paid for Meghan's gap teeth to be fixed, paid for all of her blowouts so she could have straight hair, and even paid for her first set of implants. I mean, look at this girl. Imagine what Meghan would look like if daddy's money wasn't available. She would still have the gap in her teeth. She would still have the original Markle nose. She would still have the lazy eye that she has. I mean, it wouldn't be Doria. It wouldn't be Doria who paid for anything because Doria was making no money. It was Thomas Markle who was supplying them. And it's just sad that it has come to this. Now, like I said, my darlings, I think we should just stop telling Meghan to call him, because if Meghan wanted to reach out to her father, she would have done it by now. And the fact that she hasn't, that she has the time to put out rebuttals into the media and release story after story after story, but won't contact her father, says everything, doesn't it? It says everything about this wench who likes to claim that she's a compassionate, caring individual, that she likes to claim that she cares about people, that she wants to show up for others. She keeps talking about how everyone should show up for one another. It's about how you show up for each other. And yet, well, she won't do the same for the dad that cared for her and took care of her, that she used to write gushing letters to. And this is something that I shared yesterday on my X account. And let me share it with you guys here before I close out this video. So this is what Meghan wrote about her daddy on the TIG for Father's Day in 2014. She wrote, in celebrating Father's Day, I think so many moments with my dad. Our club sandwich and fruit smoothie tradition post tap and ballet class, which, by the way, he religiously took me on Saturday mornings after working 75 plus hours a week as a lighting director. The fishing trips along the Kern River and Big Bear Lake to catch catfish or trout and cook it up for a dinner. And the commitments he made to lighting my high school musicals so that they felt as grand as a Broadway show. The blood, sweat, and tears this man, who came from so little in a small town of Pennsylvania where Christmas stockings were only filled with oranges and dinners were potatoes and spam, invested in my future so that I could grow up to have so much. He helped me turn my bathroom into a dark room when I was 12 because I wanted to be a photographer, shading my windows in red lighting gels and filling my cabinets with extra jugs of fixer. He put gas in my car when I went from audition to audition, trying to make it as an actress. He is the person who believed in this grand dream of mine well before I could even see it as a possibility. He taught me to write thank you notes, to always arrive early, to drink Arnold Palmer's, to find my light when I'm on camera and beyond. And that right there is the point. My dad taught me to find my light, and he has always taught me to make my own box. To my dad, my thoughtful, inspiring, hardworking daddy, Happy Father's Day. And then she leaves a quote which says, if I had all the water in the world, I'd give all the water to you. You won't get that quote, but he will. And for Father's Day, that's all that matters. Meghan Markle, June 2014. Now she's acting like her own father doesn't exist, right? There was one more post that I showed that she did share as recent as 2016. Let me pull it up for you guys right here. This Father's Day message from 2016, June 19th. Happy Father's Day, Daddy. I'm still your buckaroo, and to this day, your hugs are still the very best in the whole wide world. Thanks for my work ethic, my love of Bubsy Berkeley films and club sandwiches, for teaching me the importance of handwritten thank you notes, and for giving me that signature Markle nose. I love you, XO Bean. Hmm. Right? And now she wants to pretend like she doesn't even know how to get in contact with her father. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Thomas Markle Sr. should just think about his recovery, should just think to be on the path to getting better and enjoy what time you have left on this earth. Just be with the ones that care about you the most, like your son, and just forget about Meghan. I know it's hard to say at this point, but if she's shown you that she won't even call you or get in contact with you, then she doesn't care about you. I'm sorry to say. Not trying to be harsh or anything, but it's a reality. Meghan only cares about Meghan and no one else. She's just waiting for Thomas Markle Sr. to kick the bucket so she can come out with all of her fake accusations about him. Just just watch what happens. But anyways, my darlings, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a good one, and I will catch you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and I hope you always stay gorgeous, darlings. Bye.
You find ways to show up for each other. You find ways to show up for each other.